and girls, you're right. Welcome back to the Taylor channel. Just any of you who are regular followers of our Instagram and Facebook pages may have already seen what it is that we're actually building as our project. It's a Volkswagen Up powered by a 2.3 litre V5 engine, and we're going to explain a bit more and talk you through what we've done. Right, so as you can see, the car itself, how it sits, we're doing some work on the suspension at the moment just to adjust that, try and get the most of ride height that we can get out of it. Other than that, the engine itself is all fitted, mounted, radiators plumbed in, it's all coolant, everything's all bled. Apart from that, we really haven't got a lot more to do with it. The wiring itself is a mess, as you will see. Not the proudest work that we've got, but until we get it mapped, we don't want to hide away any wires that we may possibly need. So other than that, anyone that claims that you can get a bigger engine in here, I would like to demonstrate to you how much room we have over here. This is my finger's length just to show you. It's probably 60-70 mil, maybe at the maximum on this side, and down, as you can see, through Spaghetti Junction there is maybe sort of 5 or 10 mil between the gearbox and the rails here. This is pretty much the biggest type of engine that you would be able to fit in this size of vehicle. One of the main common questions that I get asked all the time is, why have I chosen this engine? Now, the reason partially being, as you will have seen the room, there really isn't a lot, and you can't get anything bigger in this. The other thing is to be different, because loads of people are talking about doing 1.8T swaps or whatever else they've been planning, 1.4 TSIs and other things like that. Now, I love the sound of the VRs. A lot of our guys in our racing club, the VW DRC, that we've drag race with, are often into VR6s. They're either VR6 guys or 1.8T, and there's a few other of the unique ones in the middle, but they're the main clubs. Now, a VR6 won't fit in here realistically without doing a full tubular front end, which is something that maybe we will end up doing in the long run, as the car will be used for drag. But while we're trying to keep it to the point where it can be street legal, we thought we'd go with something that would fit. And also, VR6s make a beautiful noise, as you will have seen if you've listened to any of our other videos. It does help with the fact that I've got a 84mm straight through stainless exhaust, which the guys at work all helped with us, so a massive shout out to them. But yeah, that's really the reason. The other reason as well is anyone who knows anything about the VR6 engines knows how well that they like boost. Being that this is a VR5, it's basically a VR6 with the cylinder off, and a lot of people refer to it as that. Calms right down, there we go, that's a bit more like. Because of that, as I've said, that the V5s is not something that has been boosted very often. A few people have done it, basically because a lot of people on the forums and that, some people are not always that confident with it, and they don't always grasp it. With the VR6s, they've always just been told, oh yeah, they'll be fine, throw it at it and you'll get 300, 400, 500 brake horsepower without having to change any internals, because the stocks are so strong, and don't bend like the rods like you do on 1.8Ts. So with that, we're thinking that we will end up looking to turbo the car. Now you must be thinking, the engine barely fits in the car, so how will he be looking to turbo that? It's not something we're going to do at the moment. It will be a long-term plan, but I'll show you some video, should see in a second, a little bit about how much room we still have left around the back. Looking at the start of the engine, it doesn't look like there is a lot of room. This is obviously the scuttle panel where we've got the ECU and all the wiring, where my good friend who is an electrical engineer and a pure wizard when it comes to wires, has managed to integrate the Up and the V5 harness together and merge them into one. So this car is fully functioning on the internal side, to the thing where I've still got the windows still work, the radio still works, it will still be able to be a street car. The only thing that will make it more obvious is the amount of noise it will be giving out and the stickers on the side. But as I will try and get a view down here, as I was saying in previous videos, there's actually quite a lot of room under here. Now, anyone who knows about it, if you're looking to go turbo, these are actually a plastic manifold. So realistically, this kind of thing we would bin off and have to make up our own custom short runner intake manifold that will sit here. So therefore the throttle body will be moving down to this side, so it may cause a little bit of problems with the bonnet, because we've already had to make a little bit of an incision into the bonnet to make it all fit together. But then once that is removed, there is a rather large gap around here. If my camera will load, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a good angle, but there is quite a rather large area around the back here. That's the heat shield that goes over the current manifold, but it's quite a fairly decent sized gap that I'll be able to fit a smallish turbo manifold down there. And I'm expecting something around like a sort of GT35 size, which should be able to take this up to sort of 300, 350 brake horsepower on stock internals without any issue. Fingers crossed. Obviously it's great talking about all of this. Until we get there, I don't really know, but it's something we'll probably be looking to do in the future. But for now, we're just trying to get ourselves racing. Videos don't really do it justice, but I can promise you it's pretty damn loud. In terms of it now, there isn't really a lot that I've got left to do. I've got drive shafts for the car that we've had to custom make. They've got to be welded, so it's got the V5 gearbox side on the inner side of the CV, cut in the middle, and then the VW Up outer CV also cut in the middle and welded together by the guys at work. They've helped me out massively with that. I've still got one at work at the moment, which I'm just changing the CV boot after that had a hole in for when it got too hot when we were welding, when it was getting welded up. So other than that, I am now to the point where it's just servicing the car. There's a few other niggly bits that I might find on the way, but service the car, maybe give the brakes another rebleed just to confirm that they're all okay, because they felt a bit spongy before. And then after that, there isn't really a lot I have left to do. We've got a race event coming up fairly soon, so it's good, it's getting there. We've got dyno day booked as well, so we'll get in that dynos fairly soon. That's only a few weeks away, so once I've got that all ready, I'll be uploading a video of the dyno day once we're there. If I've got any more content before then, I'll be putting up more videos. I'm going to try and get this to be more of a regular thing. If you like what you've seen, please like, subscribe, send it to your friends, all the usual things they say, and I'll put also links to our Instagram and Facebook feeds so that you can keep up to date with the content that's not always on YouTube. Thank you, bye.